Welcome back to Sarah's Table. Tonight we are going to be wrapping up our 2-episode arc of Psychic Trash Detectives, which I feel like is fitting because my day has been a garbage pile. Pew, 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 pew. Ta-da!
If you give it jazz hands, it makes it all better.
Yeah, and then it's like it's a musical garbage pile. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, hi, I'm Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. I'm going to be your host. I'm going to be your game master. I'm going to be your favorite person. I'm going to remind you to drink water. I could use some water. Let's all have some water. Good for what ails ya. It has been wild. Last week I was in Disney World. It was 85 degrees. And today it is not either of those things. So, yay. This game is by Scryptid Games. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this is the first game you are releasing as a studio?
It is. Yes? What is the first game that we're kickstarting?
The first one you're kickstarting.
The second game that we'll be releasing. Nat Mesnard has released already Ball of the Wild, which is their amazing game where animals dress up like other animals.
It's so good. Everybody loves a good drag scene. I can't wait to play it again. It's the most delightful. Go buy that one and then come back this one.
I think I actually have it right here.
Oh, do we have a visual aid? Let's take a moment.
I might. I don't know. I think so.
Let's see. We'll vamp for a moment. This is what happens at all drag shows, right? Is that like something's going on in the background and the host is just waiting for that person. There it is! The ta-da! Ball of the Wild. I just need to know, if you were to play Ball of the Wild, what animal would you be dressing up as? What animal? We're just going to take a moment.
I have thought a lot about this, and I would play a ferret dressed as a llama.
Oh, okay. So is it like a big puppetry situation, or is it a llama-sized ferret?
It is a ferret-sized llama.
Ferret-sized llama, small.
Yes.
So not like a big llama with like a little ferret in its face,
right?
Or like a group of ferrets.
It's just like 20 ferrets, like
just like a bunch of them, like
llama suit. Yeah.
Well, it's got the corgi proportions of the way too small legs for like the rest of the body.
Yeah, I was thinking of a very wee little
like a little tiny llama.
Yeah, tiny llama.
I love it. What about you, Deidre?
Funny, I guess I had corgi on the brain because I was thinking I would probably do like a rat or a squirrel dressing as a cute little corgi.
Good. I won't make you all come up with your names at the moment, but I am interested, perhaps later, maybe after the break, we will discuss what your drag persona names would be as the llama and the corgi. Cody, who would you be?
I am torn, but I think I'm going to have to go with sheep in wolf's clothing.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
For sure. I love it. Are you a male sheep or a female sheep?
Who knows?
No one will ever tell.
No.
You are a them sheep. Them sheep.
Well, I guess the horns would kind of tell, but
yeah, but they're covered.
No, that's true.
Because you're being a wolf.
Gotta put the wolf ears somewhere. Something in the wolf ears.
And Dustin?
Well, I think I would have to be like a feral hog dressed as like a unicorn.
I love that. How elaborate of a unicorn costume are we talking? Or is it just a horn?
Oh, no. I mean, I think it's like a rainbow tail.
Oh, man. Yeah.
A rainbow mane. I mean, I think that Hoggacorn is magical. Yeah.
All right. What a wonderful start to this stream.
What did you play as when you played, Sarah?
I was a pangolin
Oh, that's right.
that dressed up as a fox, because then I could do this. I just love like little pangolins that seem like they're always reluctantly telling you bad news.
Or that they like you.
Yeah.
My lord, the rebels, they're here.
They're here. Oh no. Don't shoot the messenger. Yeah. Man, what a great game though. Excited to maybe steal Nat again and have them come on so that we can be more drag animals. Dragimals. It's in there somewhere. I'll find it.
Really?
Anyway, welcome to the tangents. Usually I don't lead the tangents, and yet here we are. Let's go around the table. And why don't you introduce who you are and also like who you're playing tonight instead of for a game that we are not playing. We just like to keep the audience on their toes. I'm going to start down with Dustin. Who are you? Who are you playing? What is the meaning of life? Go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be here for a while. My name is Dustin Patrick Winter. I am one of the Scryptids from Scryptid Games. I'm also the partner of the person who created this game. My pronouns are he, him, and very excited to play tonight. I am going to be playing Jim, he, him, a bear that licks the sides of dumpsters and has very toxic, stinky breath as a ghost stalker.
And doesn't know how to end a conversation, that guy.
He really doesn't. He's gonna keep going for a while.
Mm-hmm. King of the Midwestern goodbye, I would call him.
Oh. There it goes.
Welp.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna hop over to Cody. Who are you?
I'm Cody Bahn. I use they, them pronouns. I had very little to do with this game before the other night, so
Sure.
Just happy to be here playing.
And who are you going to play today?
I am playing Scritches, the skeptical and spooky armadillo, who only takes showers during the leap year because they believe it's bad luck to not do that.
I love it. I love that we have already started building our band of stinky weirdos. It's my favorite. Deidre.
Hi, I'm Deidre Dykes. She, they are my pronouns. I am kind of a local to the Baltimore area, longtime friends with two of the Scryptids. Was not directly involved in the making of this game, but when I was asked to be part of the playtest team, I was just so excited.
Yeah, and who are you playing tonight, friend?
I will be playing Evelyn Von Maple, an American crow who is tender-hearted and nostalgic, and has incredible fashion sense, wearing a piece of moldy bread around her neck like a Jacobean ruff.
And it's got all the pretty blues and greens sort of getting on there.
Like an ugly bruise, or a beautiful bruise, really.
Yeah.
She finds it charming.
Obviously gorgeous. And you're so generous with it. You let folk nibble on it when they're extra hungry.
Yeah. She's the mom friend, so she's got snacks just all the time.
You don't even need a bag. You just wear them. Yeah. I should try that next time. And Tiffany, round us out, please.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Salter. I'm one of the Scryptids as well. She, her. And I tonight will be continuing playing Jerome Robbins, he, him. He is a rat tail squirrel, which is not a breed, which is not like a species. It is a squirrel, a gray squirrel whose tail has been stripped. And to make up for that, he sometimes, whenever he finds chewed up gum, just maybe sticks it onto the end of his tail because he misses his fluff. And he is lucky and a celebrity, mostly because his tail is quite noticeable and the talk of the town.
Yeah, it's hard to miss him.
Yeah.
So before we recap how we built our town last time, I'm going to do a quick safety discussion. It's really important as a responsible game master and player at the table and human being to know where everybody's lines and veils are. Here on Sarah's table, you will never find sexual violence, violence against children, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. Do we have any other lines that we would like to add tonight, players? Okay. If we end up crossing into something that you are uncomfortable with, that you didn't know you were going to be, you can throw up an X so that we can see it. You can also message me in the Zoom chat or like text me, or if you feel comfortable, you can be like, hey, maybe not. And then we'll just walk it back, go another direction. No problems whatsoever. So on our last episode, we built our beautiful town, Hillsville. I feel like the planning commission on this town could have had more direction. I'm going to just say it. It feels a bit slapdash from like an infrastructure kind of way. Tell us about the town.
Well, Hillsville has a giant hill, at the top of which is the Pie in the Sky Pizzeria. We also have a jungle gym that we are sort of used to going and hanging out in, and adjacent to that is a water tower. And I think our last one was the actual gathering spot called the Gathering Spot Donut Shop.
With the big O that like keeps coming loose.
Maybe sometimes, blazes a trail through the town.
Yeah.
And when it rolls off, when the O rolls off, there's just like a big, like straight up stand there, like a big metal thing that it was attached to. So it just looks like it says the Gathering Spit.
Gathering Spit. Ooh. Yummy. So we something smells wrong in this town, my friends. Probably several things, to be honest. Many things are wrong, but this particular existential threat that we are dealing with today in our game, the name of this mystery is Where There's Snacks, There's Impact. The trash is disappearing from the town, which is a problem. I mean, the people probably think it's great, but like our heroes, that's a big no-no, because that's where you get all of your snacks and your joy, I think, probably. And you each had theories as to what was going on with this. I have them here, but do you want to remind us what your theories were about why the trash is disappearing?
I think I remember mine. I think, Evelyn, when I was younger, the children would stab trash with pointy sticks for Earth Day. I think the children are stealing the trash.
And you're not sure why they're taking it, just that they're taking it away.
Just that they're taking it away. It's hooligans.
Just shake your little crow fist.
Kids these days.
In my day, we left the trash on the ground.
Do crows shake their wing or do they shake their foot?
Oh.
I think it's the foot. I think the foot is much funnier.
That is funny. Make it into a
tiny little fist. Very small, itty bitty fist.
Cody, do you remember what your theory was?
I think so. I think I said last time Scritches had seen men in suits around town. Yeah. So he thinks the men in the suits are taking away all the trash, so all the animals are weak and they can't they can't run away as fast, and they steal them and turn them into mascots.
Correct. I have to tell you, the funniest thing when you brought that up, I live just down the street from the Mascot Hall of Fame. It is a giant pink building that looks like a monster. And I can't make this up. It's real, I swear. And so when you were like, turns them into mascots, I was like, oh, just right over there. Like, maybe they're taking them to the Mascot Hall of Fame.
That's the factory.
It's the factory that they make mascots in.
I had no idea this existed, and now I have a new vacation destination.
Come visit. We'll go down. They also have a Build-A-Bear in the Mascot Hall of Fame where you can build the mascot that is the building and take it home for yourself.
Wild.
I will send you all pictures in this chat when we are done. This game. Listen, my life's real weird. Anyway, Tiffany, what is Jerome's theory?
Jerome is convinced that Gustavo, who hates all of the trash animals and is the owner of the pie in the sky, that Gustavo is working with hard hats, with the hard hats who are wandering around town.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. And Jim.
So
sweet Jim.
sweet Jim. I mean, I think that Jim probably at a party voiced his initial theory, which was a little bit conspiracy theory-esque. He said he thought the fish were behind it.
It's the fish. It's those damn fish.
Well, I think somebody called him out on it. And I think that he spent a lot of time thinking about how that was like kind of xenophobic. How you know, fish are cool. And that was like not a cool thing to say.
Yeah.
And I think it's really bothering him. I think it's kind of eating him up inside.
Oh no. Is he having like a crisis of conscience? Does he need to go apologize to the fish?
We'll see if we get there. But I think that in light of this, he's come up with an even weirder and scarier for him possibility.
Oh no. What is it?
He's sleepwalking and he's eating it all.
Jim thinks it's Jim?
Jim thinks it's Jim.
Oh no.
Jim, how could you?
Jim is having a day. Poor Jim.
He's racked with guilt, this bear. It is the only thing in his belly at the moment.
Oh. Poor buddy. All right. So these 4 locations that we have mapped, you all know, or you have this sense that these are the locations that are relevant to the mystery. So we're going to try to visit each of our locations before the sun rises, because at sunrise, Waste Management is going to collect all of the trash in the setting. You are not going to be able to have visions relevant to solving this mystery. So, as a group of brave, strong, dignified heroes, you get to determine the order of your visit. So where are we going first? Are we going to the top of the water tower? Going to the pie in the sky? We're going to go to the gathering spot, our donut shop, or are we going to go to Melody Kern's Memorial Playground?
So much potential. I know.
So much potential.
I wonder if we start off at do we start off at the playground?
We certainly can. Yeah. Okay, so I believe Miss Evie brought the playground to our attention.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are the protagonist for this scene. You are going to be taking on the lead role in your search. So you will randomly select 2 of the obstacles generated in the mapping phase of the game.
Okay. I've got them on scraps of paper here. I'm just scrambling them up.
Perfect.
Should I tell you what they are? Or should I just draw them and hold them?
I think you need to tell us because they are supposed to be placed. If we were at a table, they would be placed where everyone could read them. So,
all right. The first one is trash cans with locks and small access doors.
Okay.
And the second one is a wasp's nest under the slide.
Oh boy. I think I've been to this playground.
I grew up on this playground.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we all know this playground, and for some reason we went back multiple times.
Because it's the only one, right?
Even after the wasp stings, like
yeah,
you still went back.
Like it's a haven away from your parents, right? Like this is where you can go be a kid. Okay, so we know that those 2 things are going to come up, but we don't know quite yet or how that they will arrive. So tell me, let's set the scene, right? You're each gonna look at your trash, and you're each gonna use one piece of the trash that you have collected to inspire a sensory detail to add to the scene. There's a couple of examples in the book. So the first example is if you're in an arcade and you have an empty bag of gummy bears, maybe that is inspiring you to say that they're, kids playing pinball, eating bags and leaving sticky handprints on the glass. Let's be very tactile and descriptive. This is a game where you get to be a little gross. So don't feel like it has to be flowery and sweet. It can be a little gooey, which is maybe the name of this episode. It can be a little gooey, everyone. So let's reach into our trash piles. Who wants to go first?
I do, because you said gooey, and I was staring at my trash looking for inspiration, and I have syrup for caramel or coffee and drinks.
Yes,
with
perfect.
Caramel. It's caramel flavored, so I'm sticky gooey caramel. There is just Jerome may love this or hate this. There is just gum stuck to every surface.
Ooh, yeah.
Not so much on top of the tire swing, but definitely on the bottom of the tire swing, definitely on the poles that hold it up, on the underside of the slide. Actually, it's probably a dare, get your gum on the underside of the slide and don't get stung.
Near the wasps?
Yeah.
Are there picnic tables here?
Yes, but there's 2 and one has a broken bench.
Got it.
And there's definitely gum. Just
gum everywhere.
You don't put your hands anywhere near under the table. No.
Yeah, you probably can't sit on them either. You could. It's gross.
Every time Jerome comes to this playground, he leaves with 5 different fresh wads of gum stuck to his tail.
A bunch of fun different colors. I wonder what color Jerome's tail is going to be when he leaves today.
I just imagine Jerome on the underside of the table. It's just pulling at this gum that is hardened in place. Come here.
Come on.
You're the perfect shade of aqua.
Right. It's definitely, fresh wads of gum are easier to manage, but they're not all you don't always want to go for the same sort of grayish pink color. So if there is an aqua colored one, then, you might work a little harder for it.
That's fair. Jerome, why don't you add a little something to our scene? What's going on in your trash stash?
Well, I know you said not flowery, but I did have this little flower from last time that I did keep, and it is now crunchy and dry and sad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to say that we're probably, I don't know, maybe, I don't think we determined a time of year, but maybe it's like midsummer and everything is just like not
Scorched.
irritated. Yeah, it's scorched. Everything is crunchy. What patches of grass exist in this very sad playground are just kicking up like bits of dried grass and dust as you walk through.
It's that like the kind that like stabs you when you sit on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So not the most pleasant like walking experience for bare feet.
No. Speaking of bare feet, Jim,
Heyo.
Oh,
what are you adding?
I think that so the piece of trash that okay. So the piece of trash that I have here is this busted so I went to see Chuck Palahniuk one night, and Chuck Palahniuk gave me this weird plastic hand that he had signed, and it's like broken. There's like it's in multiple pieces. I don't know. So anyway,
Oh no.
that's weird. High five. I think that there is something kind of like gory and weird here. Like there is a like there are like speckles on the ground that we think like, is that blood or is it just somebody's milkshake that got spilled? I don't know.
Whoa. Like a reddish brown stain of some kind.
Yes. Very suspicious.
Is it blood or is it cheerwine? The age-old question.
Porque no los dos. It's both. And Scritches.
Oh, I'm very glad that we started here because I had this perfect piece of trash because I'm a child and I eat children's snacks. But
Heck yeah.
it's a bag of PB&J bites, which really got me thinking. And Tiffany, I'm so glad you said midsummer too. It really got me thinking about the vomit underneath the tire swing that we rode in.
Oh boy.
So my thought is there's probably like bags like this all over the playground or sandwich bags of some kind.
Sure.
But there's one kid specifically who eats these all as he spins around on the tire swing. And so around there, it always kind of smells like peanut butter. But when it gets especially hot, the vomit smells very, very bad and very, very peanut butter jelly-ish. And so, yeah.
Yum? Question mark?
Vomit with a little soupçon.
It's like just a whiff.
Yeah.
Peanut butter.
I'm smelling
It's like from afar. It's like, ooh, it smells kind of good. And then you get closer and you're like, oh God.
I've miscalculated everything. It does not smell good. I was wrong.
Unless you're a trash animal, in which case probably
Maybe.
Great.
Probably loving it. Everybody here is loving it. All right. Well, Miss Evie, it is time for you to search for trash clues. So all of this is going to take place within our safety mechanics. So everybody is ready to yes and what is going on here. So to get to the end of our location, there's a couple of steps. We will be resolving both of the two obstacles that we were able to determine were going to be a problem. And then you need to locate your psychic trash that I believe you have Dustin's psychic trash.
That is what I have written down, so fantastic.
Perfect. So I would love to set the four of you loose into this very vividly described in tactile and smelling playgrounds. I think you all decided to start here because like maybe this is where you meet up the most frequently as a group. You all came here. You know, there's usually a lot of trash here because there are children, and where children go, they drop a lot of stuff. Ask any dog. That is what happens. So you are here, and surprisingly, the trash is a touch sparse. Like, there are a couple of food wrappers. There's definitely still gum on stuff. There's, you were able to see that, but like, usually at this time of night, there's a lot more here. So what would you all like to do first? Miss Evie, lead us through. Lead the charge.
All right. So I would like to think that we arrive together. Miss Evie tends to ride on Jim's back. She's a little old. If she can save herself a little flying, she's going to do it. And the whole time she's been like, the little ones with their sticky hands, I think they're putting their sticky hands on the trash and they're taking it with them. And I think the first place to look is the playground, where they're the stickiest. And when we arrive, she alights over to the tire swing and then kind of like flutters back and forth a little bit to sort of swing on it. Again, birds don't really have a sense of smell, so the vomit thing, not a problem.
Not an issue.
No.
Very lucky for you.
There is always a lot of snacks around here.
Mm-hmm.
See, Jim really loves those, those little animals with like the handles and they're on a spring.
On like the little boingy. Yeah.
He loves those. And in fact, it's his favorite place to go and think. So as soon as he can, he just makes a beeline for that thing.
Perfect. I do want to point out that when you are resolving challenges, if someone resolves a challenge in an especially character-driven way, like bringing in your grossest thing about you, things like that, if you're able to use it, that other players can reward you by gifting them a piece of excellent trash from their personal stash. And we're all trying to be the trashiest trash detectives. So whoever has role played the hardest as their character by the end of this will have a little trash trophy made of trash. Wish I could make it in person with all of your bits of trash, but so just keep that in mind as we're going. So we got Jim on the little, I don't even know what those are called, the little boingers.
Yeah,
little boingers. Which kind of animal is this that you are riding on right now?
It's a little blue bunny.
Love it. Not often that a bear gets to ride on a bunny, and I am here for it. And we've got Miss Evie on the tire swing. Scritches and Jerome, where are you heading?
Well, Scritches is headed all over the place. So Scritches is going to go over to the slide and check it out. And then
you mean Jerome? You are Jerome, friend.
Did I? Oh, yes. Well, I was going to. Okay.
I was just rolling with it. I was like, yeah, probably. Scritches.
So there's some good over here, and then go over to the teeter-totter and check out the teeter-totter. Basically just checking out all of the gum and finding which one is the best, and settling in underneath the merry-go-round and like, hey guys, we got a hot load down here. Hot load down here. But also some really good gum.
What? Gross.
Scritches is very excited to hear that because Scritches loves the merry-go-round and was going there anyway.
Great.
But so Scritches checks out the gum and then gets on the merry-go-round and goes, Jerome, you mind giving me a push? I like to roll up into a ball as the as the merry-go-round goes around, and I just stay in one place and I just roll. It's really fun.
Hold on, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And gets kind of gets on his side and like starts clawing at the edge of the merry-go-round. Hold on, buddy. I'm working on it.
Like all 4 feet going. Like,
yes.
I mean, it's very big and metal, and you are very small, so I think it's not going super fast, but it is moving. You got it. Got it started.
I'm trying to get you there, bud.
From Scritches' ball, you just hear a wee.
I like that it's a real like deep voice. Wee. Okay, I'm going to say that while you are all moving, that Jim, at your feet, you hear a little squeaking going on.
Oh, like what kind of a squeaking is this? Is this a live squeaking, or is this I may be breaking this thing squeaking?
It sounds kind of alive.
Jim, is very conscientious and careful, freezes in his rocking, and very carefully takes one bare foot out and carefully puts it on the ground, and then one other bare foot down, and starts kind of like looking around to see what it is.
Underneath the blue bunny, there is a little tiny brown bunny.
Oh my gosh. Hey, what are you doing down here? Little guy, why don't you come on up here?
Oh, I'm supposed to wait for my mom here
Oh, yeah.
by the bunny.
Oh, sorry. I'm probably blocking you here. Let me just is she coming? She'll be here soon, huh? I'm kind of worried about you.
She said I was supposed to wait here by the bunny because I'm a bunny, and then this is a bunny, and she is a bunny, but she's a bigger bunny, and I'm supposed to wait by the bunny if we ever get separated.
Oh, yeah. About how long ago was that?
I did like yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty long time. Yeah. Hey, guys, why don't you come over here for a minute? I got a bit of an issue. Just a real humdinger of a thing I can't figure out on my own.
You're just rolling.
Trump just kind of rolls over while still like moving his legs and runs over as fast as he can.
Okay, guys, so here's the deal here, and I'm gonna like very conspiratorially like I'm probably like gonna hold out like big bear paws to like bring Scritches and Jerome up to the level here so we can all have like a little team huddle.
I love it when we play elevator.
Do it again.
So oh no, the elevator went down. Oh, here it comes. Hey guys, so I want to keep this on the down low, but I think I'm worried about, there's a little bunny here, and she says that she's waiting for her mom, but that was yesterday. And it seems like they got separated, so maybe we need to I don't know. I feel weird about leaving a little bunny out here by yourself,
So her mom's missing?
Yeah.
I bet it's a mascot, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We should probably watch out for them ourselves.
They'll be after all of us.
If you see a fedora, just beat it,
I feel you there, Jim.
So what do we do, guys?
I can take a little look around and do a lap in the sky and see if I can see any mama bunnies.
And I can run around and check under the stuff real quick. I'll go over the teeter-totter. I was over at the teeter-totter, and then I was over at the slide, and then I was under the merry-go-round. But I'll check everything again. Maybe I missed him.
That sounds good. Hey, Scritches, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna roll over to the slide and see if we can find anything over there.
All right, that's a good idea.
Jim, do you want to keep an eye on our new little friend?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here and just kind of, play the big bear type.
The bunny's just been like at your feet, just staring up at you.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, we came here looking for some trash. We were just trying to figure out if where the trash went. Have you seen any trash around here?
Yeah, there's always garbage on the ground.
Have you seen any really, really good stuff?
What do you mean?
Like I don't know, something real stinky or real weird looking.
Yeah, there was a cup that had like a squishy stuff in it, and then it melted real big, and then there was a bunch of bugs in it, and my mom wouldn't let me touch it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably a good idea. It's probably real bad for you. Where is it?
It's over by those big green boxes. The big ones.
Oh yeah, no, I know those. Jim's stomach, I think, rumbles audibly, like mention of a dumpster.
Yeah.
And it's all he can do to stay here and talk to this rabbit and not just bound over to the dumpsters. He's like trembling a little bit. There's some like air sweat.
There's just also sweating. Let's hop over to what's going on with Jerome. You are doing your circuit again, and like you're finding a lot of great gum, but you're not finding any mama bunnies.
So I get back to them. I'm like, well, there's a piece of what looks like watermelon double bubble under the slide.
Yeah.
And then there's a piece of maybe some cotton candy, bubble tape, only partially chewed up. I could really work with that, I think. And like clearly has lost the plot. It just like goes on about all of the beautiful gum.
There's some real choice, fresh stuff like that you haven't seen in a while. So I understand. Miss Evie,
the trash is really, there's not really as much trash as there usually is. And I didn't see any bunnies.
Miss Evie, your viewpoint, because you just went up and did a big circle. Yeah.
A little lap.
There is something weird by those locked trash cans.
Mm-hmm.
And you're having a really hard time. There's a portion of underneath the slide where the wasp nest is. It's just really hard to see, unless you're like right underneath it. So you can't really tell what's there either. But those two places seem very, very suspicious to you. And then Scritches, how far under the slide are you going?
I think I would walk like all up underneath it, trying to find like if there's any hiding holes where the bunny may have like burrowed down or kind of.
Well, you have walked under far enough that you have activated our wasp's nest problem.
No.
It was fairly quiet and you were looking around and you were bumbling and you were maybe you like rolling, and so you like got up into a ball and rolled in there and you like bump the slide a little bit extra, and now you are hearing like a very ominous, loud, angry buzzing coming from this nest. And they're starting to like come on out.
Sorry to disturb you folks, but y'all seen a bunny anywhere?
Sadly, they do not answer you. They do that cartoon thing where they like form a shape. And it looks like boxing gloves. And then they come at you.
Uh-oh. Jim! And Scritch just starts beelining towards Jim and the baby bunny, I guess. Or where everyone is, I guess, now.
Well, so what Jim sees is Scritch's like half running, half rolling, probably, right? Like
running so fast and then trips.
Tripping and
trip,
keeps going.
Becomes a ball and then just unrolls it.
Followed by a swarm of angry wasps.
Oh, they're so mad. They're so mad.
Okay, I think it's time to go now. Hey, just there's some angry wasps coming our way this is to the bunny.
Sure.
I feel real bad about leaving you here with the wasps. Would you come along with me, please, for just a minute?
Mom said I'm not supposed to go with strangers, though. I'm supposed to stay by the bunny if we get separated.
Okay, well, here, and Jim is just gonna like dig a little like hole for the rabbit really quick as he's watching these wasps come towards him. And he's gonna be like, "Okay, we'll just stay here. I gotta go."
Oh, okay.
And then
she jumps in,
and then I think that Jim runs away and
bury the bunny.
Feels real bad, and then runs right back and just like goes like this over the hole.
Okay. So the wasps are following our friend Scritches right back to I think Miss Evie, you're still above. So like I don't think that but you can see what's happening.
Yes. So she's definitely going to start heading. She may not be able to see the wasp super well, but she can see that Scritches is running something.
Yeah.
So she's heading back down again.
I think that timing wise, as you're coming down, you get between the wasps and Scritches, and you can hear them now, and they are very close to you.
Oh dear. No, Scritches, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. They came after me.
From far off, you hear Jim bellow, "Get to the dumpster!"
That's a good idea.
Jerome takes off toward the dumpster, but as he's going, he's like winging like wads of gum at the wasps.
Are you like pulling it off your tail and tossing it? All right. Well, I mean, I definitely think that that's going to catch some, and they are not going to be happy about it. And I feel like this is a moment where someone should gift you a piece of trash because you are helping this. So I'm going to just like mark down that you have an extra piece of trash. I have a paper straw here. It's pink and chevroned, and that is what. Here you go. That is what you get.
I use that on the smaller wads spit to make better aim.
It is working. They are confused. They were like they had shaped themselves into like the shape of like a jet plane that they were chasing after Scritches with, and then they just start getting hit with gum, and it like messes them all up, and they like become a little tornado for a second, and then they start breaking up, and they're very confused. Half of them are like, "This is not worth it," and they just go back in. So now you have a smaller one, and they have sort of like they're the angriest of them because of course they're still out. And so they sort of take a moment and they regroup they just become like a big exclamation point for a second. They're so mad. And then they take off after Jerome.
I feel like at this point, Miss Evie is going to tell everyone, run, go for the dumpsters. I'll try to draw them off. And she's going to try to like caw at them and circle around them and heckle them and try to get them to like fly, like to lead
like
them on a merry chase. Like a sheepdog.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. This is like that scene from Aladdin, right? Where they like make the cloud look like the top of an ice cream cone. Except you're doing it with wasps. And I think you maybe even get stung once because you sort of end up into the fray. But they chase after you. You can fly way faster than these wasps, even in your, dotage. You still fly faster. You're going to be real tired. But you manage to lead them away. They get really confused. You're good at weaving in and out of stuff, and they sort of disperse and head back, grumbling the way wasps do. Head back to their nest, and it's still real charged down there, but they're not coming out. So, friends, Miss Evie is so tired. She's so tired.
Oh, Scritches offers, excuse me, Miss Evie, if you would like to ride on my back for a little while and eat some of my bugs, that'd be all right. I feel slightly responsible for this mishap.
Slightly.
Don't worry about it. We got it resolved, but I will not say no to a little coasting along, and thank you for the buffet.
Delightful. So you were heading over towards Jerome. You have now gotten to the trash cans, the dumpster. There's a big old padlock on it, and there is some trash around the bottom of it. But not as much as there usually is. Usually there's it's kind of overflowing. But at this point, they're firmly closed and locked, and there's just a smattering on the ground instead.
So is there no way to like get inside? Like if I scurry up to the top, is there, or like
if you head your way up there, there is a little, over the years, your fellow trash animals have helped out, kind of like been able to gnaw their way in. There is a hole that you can get into. Absolutely.
I'm going in, guys. And I scramble down in to see if I can find anything super helpful.
Well, there's a bunny in there.
Do you have a little bunny? Baby?
Yes. Did you find her? I got caught. I can't get out. I fell in. I was trying to get away from some wasps, and I fell in here.
Yeah. Those wasps are terrible. Really? But your baby bunny is by the bouncy bunny, and is waiting for you.
Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know how to get out of here. I can't jump up, and I've been trying, and I'm stuck in here.
Do you think you could climb on my back? Oh, or I think I got a little bit of gum left. Maybe we can like make a harness and like haul you out with like stick you to I don't know. I look around. Is there like any string or anything at all around that I can like?
So there's one of those orange bags.
Like this?
The mesh.
Just like that.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do. If this sounds okay. You want to get in this, right? And then we got a big bear friend out there who can like, hey, he's cool. He likes to lick dumpsters. He's not going to eat you. It's fine.
Okay.
He's the one that found your baby bunny in the baby bunny doing just good, just great.
Okay.
So if you can get in here, I can get the big bear friend. So his name's Jim, by the way. He can pull you up out, I think, because you got in here, but it's very clear that you're gonna stay in here unless we get you out. Is this okay?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
I would like to be out of here now. So
I get the bunny situated and try to like drag this up at least to like where Jim could grab it on the other side.
It's a full-grown rabbit. It's heavy for a little squirrel. You're doing great.
Oh, well, I was just trying to bring the bag up.
Yeah, you'd get the other end of the bag for sure.
Okay. Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Can you come up here? We got a bunny situation, a rescue bunny. We found the bunny. I found the bunny. The bunny's in here.
I've done it. I'm a hero.
Jim is like on the ground still with his like head buried in the like wood chips, and he says, "Are the wasps gone?"
I don't see any more.
Okay.
Scritches has made their way with Miss Evie on their back over towards Jim and is just like, We'll take over Baby Bunny Watch if you want to go help out over there.
Okay. Yeah. He stands up, brushes himself off, and makes his way on over to the dumpster. Okay, Jerome, tell me what's the plan here?
So Jerome is sitting on the side of the trash can, just like with the tail end. Well, not the tail end.
Heyo.
We're really sensitive about tail ends.
I understand, especially Jerome.
Can you like stretch up and grab this and the bunny's too heavy for me.
Jerome, I can't understand what you're saying there. You got to take the red string out of your mouth. Here, let me hand it. So he takes it and he holds it and he says, "Okay,
so now pull on that. Just pull on it. It's got a bunny in there. Just pull it. Pull the."
Okay, so he does.
You get the bunny out. She's like in a sling on it at the bottom. Like, well, she looks alarmed because you are a bear.
Oh, hey, yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'm just a trash bear. I'm just kind of a garbage animal here.
Oh, okay. You found my little baby bunny?
Oh, we found a bunny. Are you related?
Yep. That's my
Okay, cool. Well, what a coinky dink, like, let me take you over there. And then Jim will take the bunny over to the other bunny and let out of net.
She's very, very, very grateful. But there is a little thing stuck to her inside the bag, which I'm going to say is the psychic piece of trash that Miss Evie
will grab it. Yeah. So I don't know if it's shiny or not, but she sees something amiss and she kind of goes into, it's not too much trouble. You've got a little something. Could I help you with that?
Yes, of course.
And she pecks it up.
Pecked it right off that little bunny booty. Dustin, this is your psychic piece of trash, and so we're gonna have to figure out what it is.
Should I read it aloud? Should I message Deidre privately? I don't know what's going on.
I think you can read it aloud.
You can take creative license here, but it's a rancid fish covered in maggots and dirt, bones exposed.
Yum. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, that was just stuck right on the bunny's butt from the garbage can. So now we're going to listen, trash, especially this particular piece of trash, is very psychically powerful. So it is going to require everyone's input to safely and accurately receive and interpret a vision. So otherwise you'd be overwhelmed. I was almost overwhelmed just by the description, so I get it. So I would like to know how each of you interact with this piece of trash. I mean, you can eat it, you can hold it, you can lick it, you can roll around in it. Tell me what you are doing.
Jerome just touches the end of his tail right in the eye socket.
Blech. Mhm.
Yeah, Miss Evie is holding it aloft by the tail and kind of has a good grip on what is left of the tail fin.
Mhm.
It's just displaying it for anyone else.
Mhm. Scritches.
I think Scritches would roll up into a ball and just roll over on top of it, and where the bones are exposed, just kind of like cradle like back and forth in that little hole.
Vile. Good. Jim.
I think Jim gets way down low, and then with one big bear claw lifts the fish head up and looks it dead in the eyes, and he says, "Alas, tis David, I think.
Oh, you know this particular fish.
I knew him, Scritches."
Mm.
And I think that Jim sheds a single bear tear.
Oh, poor Jim. Jim, you were having a rough go.
He's a sensitive bear.
Sensitive guy.
Real sorry about your friend, Jim.
That's very sad.
Okay,
Yeah.
Miss Evie, because
Like-
you are our protagonist here, you get to ask
Yes.
a pertinent question. So it's gotta be a question starting with who, what, when, where, why, or how. Something to do with solving the mystery of where the trash is going. So what is your question?
Question is, where is the trash going?
Where is it going to? All right. So we have a couple of vision prompts here. And I am going to I'm going to roll a die. I'm going to figure out which one it's going to be. I know we don't generally do a die, but there are several ones here. Okay. We are going to start with sensory memories. So starting with the protagonist, each player is going to contribute one specific sensory detail in turn until the vision is complete. And then we will discuss how the vision answers that question.
Oh, I see conveyor belts. It's moving piles of trash from one place to another.
Okay. Jim, what do you see?
With sensory detail, right? So I don't think that Jim sees anything. I think he hears it.
Okay. What does he hear?
Sounds of machines, big machines, clanking and grinding and things like that, and the sounds of men kind of calling to each other, like you would hear in like a construction site or in a factory or something like that.
Okay. Scritches.
Scritches probably gets a good whiff of like burning oil and gasoline and like exhaust fumes, basically.
Okay. And what about Jerome?
For Jerome, it's feel. Everything, nothing, there's no stickiness. It's too clean. Like everything is like slippy.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
Can't get any traction. You're not sticking to anything.
Okay. And how do we think that all of those senses put together answers the question of where we think the trash is going to.
I mean, I guess it's so. The thing I was pitching is I feel like maybe it's at like a center. It's being sorted into recyclables and burnables, so it's ending up somewhere that people are moving it around and taking it to different places than they used to.
Mm. So, like, not the landfill anymore. It's going somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anybody feel like they want to add on to that?
They're trying to make the trash too clean.
Ooh, terrifying.
They're washing the trash.
Ugh.
All right. That feels weird. Not a thing that we have encountered before. All right. I feel like we've exhausted what's happening here at this memorial playground, and I think the mama bunny is trying to hustle her baby bunny away. She's very grateful and she says thank you, but she also like witnessed the four of you just have like a very weird moment with a dead fish, and she's just like, you know what, I'm a go. Like, you guys do. Come on, Scrumps, come on. And so the two, they hop away as quickly as possible.
So you don't want any of this?
What? So nice
Bye,
of
bunnies.
you. So nice. They just scoot away.
Did anybody get the name of that bunny?
No.
You heard that the baby was named Scrumps. You didn't find out what Mama's name was.
Probably awfully rude of us not to introduce ourselves.
I mean, it's a very traumatic moment. I totally understand. I feel like before we transition into our next place, that maybe we should take our bio break. I would suggest, like not trying the fish, 'cause that sounds gross. But again, listen, I'm not going to judge you. You eat what you want to eat. Get a drink of what you want to drink. And come back here in a few minutes and we will try to unravel this mystery. Yeah. So.
Great.
Bye. Welcome back from the break. We did it. We went dumpster diving, maybe. We found more clues.
We did literally go dumpster diving. Yeah.
It's true. We did. We found good stuff. We found a clue. We found a bunny, had a clue. And the clue was just like a beautiful decaying fish covered in maggots. Just a treat. We evaded
What's not to love?
I know, right? We evaded some wasps cleverly. And I think we have learned everything that we could possibly learn from the Melody Kearns Memorial Playground. So, friends, where are we going next? We got the top of the water tower. We got the pie in the sky pizza parlor. We got the gathering spot donut shop.
I am partial to pie in the sky.
I was gonna say that because it's the highest point, and I think after that clue we got, Scritches would be like, we should go get a topside vantage point and see if we can spot where they're taking the trash.
Very smart. Does everybody feel good about pie in the sky?
Yeah, Gustavo is all about cleaning up the trash, so let's go check him out.
All right. I believe that Jim is the one who contributed pie in the sky. Am I correct?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. All right. So you are going to be our protagonist, sir. So the first thing that we need to do is for you to tell us our 2 obstacles.
Oh, right. Cat, can I have my paper back, please?
You cannot.
Cat?
Your cat is a trash animal.
She really is.
The cat is one of the obstacles, obviously.
Well, I said that because he hates animals, Gustavo, the owner and head chef of Pie in the Sky, is an obstacle.
Oh yeah. He's still that he's always working late. So he has chased you off many a night with a broom. What is the other obstacle?
A big sharp fan. I was thinking like maybe like an exhaust fan for this. That like if you want to like actually get up on top of the building.
Yeah, there's a big fan that's spinning around that is the fan that you got to be careful that you don't fall into. All right. Excellent. And you are going to have Cody's psychic trash when we get to it. So the first thing we need to do, you've gotten your way over to the Pie in the Sky, up that hill. Whew. It's very steep. It is definitely one of those situations where you are tired by the time you get to the top. Maybe not Miss Evie. You probably rode your way up, but everybody else, probably a little winded. So I would like each of you to dig into your piles of trash, please, and add something to this scene.
Trying to be inspired by Cheetos. I don't know if it's coming.
I am often inspired by Cheetos. I have to. Oh, what does that say?
Standard baking.
Standard baking.
It's a baguette bag.
Oh.
And I think that this is Claire was the fry cook. I think that is nice to the trash animals, and she's not really supposed to advertise other businesses in town, but she does maybe walk into work one day and sees Gustavo and like ditches the standard baking bag, and it kind of ends up as outside of the establishment.
Is there anything left in that standard baking bag? Like,
I mean, so like there's a heel of a baguette that like she had like rolled down the top of it. She was gonna save it for lunch. It's the heel of the baguette, like with a little bit of brie in there.
Yum. That sounds delicious. All right.
So I was inspired by the Cheetos bag. Like many pizza parlors might have, they've got one of those stands with like bags of chips clipped to it that they sell or whatever, like 50 cents. But this one is rusty and broken. So it's just kind of leaning against the dumpster outside.
Like
kind of like
very creaky and
it turns in the wind a little bit. Makes suspicious squeaking noises if you're not paying attention.
Any bags left on there?
There are everything is taken except there's like 6 bags of salt and vinegar chips because you either love them or you hate them.
That's fair.
And this town does not love them.
Does not love them, very strangely. All right, Jim.
So my piece of trash is this kitchen timer, which was a lovely gift that didn't work from the moment I opened it up. It rings when it is not time to take things out. And then when it gets to the time where it's time to take things, it doesn't do anything at all. And so I am thinking that the detail that I am adding here is that something inside has burned. Because it did not come out at the right time.
So it's just sort of, in general, smells a little burnt all over. Yes. And probably the burnt stuff is back in the dumpster because they couldn't sell it.
No.
So lingering malaise of burning.
And the vent fan is definitely on.
It's definitely on. Just high speed trying to get that out of there. All right, Scritches, what are you adding?
Okay, so I was inspired by the old Valentine's Day cards that we had. Because I remember us saying that there's like this place and the donut shop, and that's like all there is for restaurants or like eateries. So obviously this is the most romantic place to take your date. So scattered all over the parking lot is like rose petals, like love notes, cards, and like old gross sticky wrappers from like chocolate that dates have gotten their other dates.
Yep.
And just somewhere in the middle of the parking lot is like one abandoned engagement ring because my husband there be.
Oof. This is like, do you guys have White Castle out by you? Do you have White Castle?
No, but I'm familiar.
You can reserve a table at any White Castle for Valentine's Day. They leaned into it. They were like, yeah, take your date here. We'll put a tablecloth it'll be great. Put flowers in the middle. It's ridiculous. I feel like that is the vibe here at Pie in the Sky. Just sort of whenever we're going to lean in. This is obviously the most romantic. We have local bands play here. Date night. What's up?
They've actually upgraded the centerpiece on the tables. They used to be live flowers that were always dying and rotting. Instead, now they're fake flowers. So
fake flowers that you never had. Now they're just dusty.
Yep, now they're just dusty and disgusting.
Like your relationship, they'll last forever and be impressive the whole time.
And equally dusty and disgusting.
Equally dusty. Never knew that a relationship could get dusty, and yet here we are.
I mean, if your date is at a place where a Nickelback cover band called the Dime Front plays on a regular basis, then
Gustavo's nephew, the frontman of the Dime Front. I have a whole evening playing in my head right now of like the worst first date in history.
I don't know why. I just imagine somebody trying to do like the Lady and Tramp thing, but with like a slice of pizza.
Oh my God.
It just doesn't work out as well.
No,
like
it
one
would
person's
not.
pizza rat and the other person is like eating it the right way.
Okay, so be honest.
Will you be my pizza
Do the trash animals also go on dates here in the alley behind?
Oh, I'm sure. I
But
feel
only
like
on
this
days
is,
when Gustavo's not working.
yeah.
Mm.
Like there's probably like a chain of like gossip that goes throughout the town.
Mhm.
Like the pigeons or the crows spread the news. Gustavo's got a night off. And then animals start showing up in twos and whatnot and having little date nights.
Well, that's wild. All right, great. It's date night, maybe. We'll see. All right. So we've set this scene. It is so pretty. Where do you want to start here at the Pie in the Sky?
Well, we said that we need to get up on top of the roof.
You're hoping to catch a glimpse of where the trash is going.
Just everything around. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna need to get up there.
Okay.
And then yeah, I think that's where we're heading. I think that's what we got to do. We got to do it in a way that we get around Gustavo, who is constantly coming outside for smoke breaks.
He smokes more than he works, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's why things are burning.
He's just constantly walking away from the ovens.
He thinks he'll remember it, but he just doesn't.
No. Claire is the one that really runs the place.
Yeah, for sure. If anything is unburnt, it is because of Claire.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a pretty busy night. This place is packed.
and I am a bear.
And
Yeah,
you're a bear.
you are a bear. Dime Front is playing tonight.
You think that would have the opposite effect, but no.
Well, here's the thing. They don't usually play on Friday nights because it is prime date night. And so they convinced Gustavo to let them play on prime date night, and people were already going to come. So just like weird jazzy covers of Nickelback songs are playing right now. You can hear it.
I
Just
can
like-
hear it.
This is cursed content right here.
Scritches is just off to the side.
Yeah. Scritch
That's
is
what I was thinking.
loving it. Loving it.
There's a lot of finger snapping going on, you know. There's a lot of like jazz hand kind of thing. Can you imagine like a Kenny G-esque cover photograph?
Yeah. That is what's playing right now.
I have a really good lounge lizard like singing impersonation, but I cannot think of a single Nickelback song at the moment. And I'm not familiar enough to have any of the lyrics accessible, or else I would share that with you.
I exhausted everything I knew, and it was solely from memes. So
Yeah, fair. And that's okay. I think we can all picture the vibe of what's going on. It's very loud. Gustavo's nephew can't really sing, but he is the lead singer. I would call it more of a caterwaul, really. Which is great. You know, maybe that'll cover some noise. But you are approaching the alley, and Gustavo steps outside to have another smoke break and ostensibly get away from Dime Front just for a moment. So he is outside.
He doesn't understand why, because he thinks that this awful music is great.
Because he's the sweetest little bear. Why aren't you proud of your nephew, Gustavo? What is wrong with you?
You're a bad person.
You're the worst uncle.
Like his nephew is obsessed with like both Nickelback and also Dean Martin, and is like,
He is definitely wearing one of those t-shirts that looks like a tuxedo.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And Gustavo owed his sibling a favor.
Correct. A big one.
Yeah, like blackmail worthy, like favor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got to get past this guy. And I'm a bear. So low profile here. I don't actually know what Jim is doing because like it is hopping. Jim is probably literally inside of a dumpster, like peeking out like at things, because it is the only place that provides him enough cover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I just got the really cute image in my head of like all four of us just peeking like slightly out of a dumpster.
Yeah. You are all in the dumpster, and a busboy comes out and just like dumps a tray of trash just right on you.
Yes.
Ooh.
Just and then pauses because they could have sworn they heard something go yes from the dumpster, but that can't be true. There's just trash in there. So they go back in. They're like, I don't get paid enough to like see what's going on in the dumpster. I'm gonna leave. So you have it's a pizza joint, but they also sell pasta. And so there was some spaghetti tossed in, lots of dipping sauces for breadsticks that people didn't finish. So just like lots of dipping sauce on there, marinara for days, and some like garlic dipping sauce situation. And like a ton of salads because people don't eat the salads at the pizza place.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Miss Evie is elated, finds a piece of garlic toast and kind of nestles in and makes herself a nice little second ruff to go on top.
Double rough today, Miss Evie.
Yeah, this one's nice and buttery. And while doing so, gets a little 2-ounce sauce cup just kind of stuck on her head. So it looks like she has a little chapeau.
Like a little fascinator.
And like a little fur. Like a little fascinator
gosh.
and like a wrap.
You have never looked better, Miss Evie.
And she also smells delicious.
So good. So much garlic.
Jim picks up just like a bunch of the lettuce, and he's like sifting through it. And he says, the trouble with this stuff is you can just never wait long enough for it to get like properly wilted. And he just throws it down. He's
disappointed.
It's too fresh.
Jerome, bereft of many of the pieces of chewed up gum that he had collected and then threw at wasps, picks some banana pepper rings off of a couple of half-eaten slices of pizza, clearly abandoned by children who were more interested in maybe the pepperoni slice.
Sure.
And just kind of like tosses does like an impromptu ring toss game on like over the back of his shoulder onto the tip of his tail. Got about 2 out of 5 of them, which is 40% is not bad average.
That is, listen, if you were a major league batter, what an amazing season you'd be having,
right?
I always felt like a little gypped that like batting like 300 was a really good season. And I was like, if I only completed my job 30% of the time, I would not still have my job. Feel a little cheated. All right. Well, you know what? Gustavo has like leaned against the wall and like lit a cigar this time. He looks like he is in it for the long haul.
He's taken his second union mandated 15-minute break in the last half hour.
Correct.
Scritches is just chomping on some leftover pizza crusts that obviously children never eat. and tapping their foot to the music, and looks at Jim and just, Jim, we gotta get closer to this.
Yeah, you gotta get in there.
I got two bad ideas.
Yeah, well, I'm ready to hear them.
Back when I was in old Texas, there was this sporting
Can you say
game.
that one more time? Just one more time. I just got
Texas.
Thank you. Just needed to hear it one more time. Thanks.
That's the one.
Please continue.
There was this sporting game that had a bunch of bigger people running into each other. But there was always one guy who would just lean back and chuck a ball up, and sometimes somebody would catch it, sometimes nobody was even there. I don't really understand what the point was. The trash was always great. So much of it everywhere. Jerome, you would have loved it. There was gum underneath every single bleacher bench. But Jim, my first idea is maybe you can chuck me up there.
Onto the roof?
Onto the roof.
Okay. From the dumpster onto the roof. Nothing could go wrong.
I think out of all of us, you probably got the best chance. I'd ask you, Jerome, but I don't think you could throw that far. You did really good with the gum, though. If you can throw me up there, maybe we'll give that a shot too.
I'll run interference with I'll distract Gustavo. I'll like hop out of the dumpster and like run around his feet and climb him like a pole and scurry him around the corner, maybe.
Nothing could go wrong.
Well, that could actually help my second plan.
Oh God.
Which was, if we can get Gustavo out of the way, maybe there's a kitchen apron or something that Jim could put on so Jim can go enjoy the show too. They'll never know the difference.
I just want everyone to know that this is a garbage idea and Jim is so there for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He thinks that this is the best idea.
It's because it is.
True story.
Oh, right. I bet
Jerome and I can run diversion.
I bet there's even a stained apron in the dumpster with you. I am so in favor of this plan that I will say that there's a ripped stained apron in the dumpster with you.
That somebody threw in there when they like quit, when they I've had enough of this place. I cannot handle a second.
Like
more.
the third time that a kid had like thrown their pizza all over them because they were like flailing around too much. They were like, this is not worth minimum wage. I am out of here. It is covered in marinara, but it is there. And it says pie in the sky.
Please let there also be a hairnet.
Oh, for sure.
Squishes definitely holds up the hairnet and goes, Jim, I've definitely seen some of them wear these things.
There it is. Just it's Jerome also puts one on. I don't know. Everybody wear these. It makes you look human.
They're all wearing hairnets.
Yeah, there's definitely like enough hairnets in there.
Miss Evie is like trying to is like stuck in it a little bit. It's shrugging it.
It's like it like pans over and they all have it on their heads, and then it pans over to camera pans over to Miss Evie, and it's just like her whole body inside the hairnet. Like, is this doing it?
I think this is how you wear it, just like this.
Well, he that looks so good.
Oh,
Jerome, you're so stylish.
Who's that human in the trash into the dumpster with us?
A human. Everybody talk. Oh, it's just Jerome. All right. How are we?
I think this is I think this is a great plan. Thanks for pulling it together. You got it up here, my friend.
That's what I'm here for, I guess. Well, time to get moving. And Scritch just rolls up in a ball. This is not going to go well.
All right. Jim is ready.
It's going to be amazing. Jim, where are you throwing Scritches?
I mean, we are in the dumpster, and then when Jim gets the signal, he's going to pop up and just chuck Scritches, just chuck them as far onto the roof.
Okay. Wearing the apron and the hairnet is so Jerome and Miss Evie, are you distracting Gustavo?
Yeah. I'm gonna I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna climb him like a pole until he like runs away and hopefully goes inside.
Great. And Miss Evie, how are you? What are you doing?
Miss Edie is going to be, she's going to have a beak full of that way too crispy, terrible lettuce.
Yeah.
That the humans seem to like for some reason.
Okay.
And is going to sort of attempt to drop pieces of it on Gustavo to steer him toward the inside of the building.
Listen, I need you to know that Gustavo is not, like, I'm not rooting for him, but what a terrible evening he is about to have. This is about to be one of his worst nights. All right. So you do that. He doesn't go back inside. He drops his cigar. And it does catch a couple of things on fire. So he panics a little bit. He does eventually go inside, but it's to get a fire extinguisher. Okay. The alley is on fire. You are in the dumpster. I'm not sure what your signal was, but maybe it's this. So
so I think that while Gustavo is trying to put out this literal fire, Jim rises dramatically out of the dumpster and gives it his best impression of, I don't know, guy sports baller. I don't know.
Man sports baller. Well done. So you look majestic when you come out of that dumpster and you throw Scritches, who has curled themselves as tightly as possible, into this little tiny ball. Real good. Amazing spin on it. Like, just the perfect spiral to get him up to the roof. However, like, it's right in front of Gustavo, right? Like, he has come right back out to try to take care of this and sees a literal bear come out of the dumpster and throw something. And he panics a second time, and you now have gotten a face full of fire extinguisher. He just, like, hoses you down because he doesn't know what else to do, because that's what he was holding.
Look, we said we weren't going to do Cocaine Bear, but it feels like we're getting dangerously close to Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. Culturally appropriate. Okay. You have gotten hosed down. Scritches, you are up on the roof now. You've made it. What are you doing, Jerome?
Jerome hops back onto Gustavo's shoulder and sticks the end of his tail in Gustavo's ear.
Okay, that doesn't go great. He freaks out and flails and is now just spraying just everywhere. The fire has not been put out, but he put the bear out, and now he's aiming at the walls. He can't figure out what's on his shoulder. He's just spraying just everywhere.
I think that Jim is blinded by the spray and stumbles out of the dumpster and then just makes his way, like, blindly, like, trying to find his way into the restaurant.
Oh no.
With the apron and the hairnet.
You, because you are blinded, and you vaguely remember which direction the restaurant was, you are now hugging Gustavo.
Miss Evie sees that Jim is unable to see and lands on his shoulder and attempts to be his eyes.
Great.
No, break it off. Break it off. Bad hug. Bad hug.
It's like a ratatouille. It's like a pro to berry. I don't know.
I'm with it. You sort of make it. You're able to disengage from Gustavo, but Gustavo has now ended up upside down in a trash can, legs up, kicking. You feel in your hearts that this is going to cause problems for you later at the pie in the sky, but that is future you's problem. Tonight, you have bested your enemy, Gustavo. And Scritches is on the roof, and Jim just walked into the restaurant with
presumably the kitchen.
Evie. Well, yes, but it is one of those open kitchen designs.
Oh, no.
So Jim has walked into the restaurant with Evie on his shoulder.
Okay, just act natural. Act like a human. You know, sort of make eye contact with everybody. Well, don't, you can't with your eyes.
Make
but
eye
pretend.
contact
Like, just
with
like
everybody.
if you hear a person, make eye contact with that and wave politely and say, how about that sport?
Jim, what you doing?
Well, I think that Jim is like trying to act casual, and walk like a human person, which is not going well for him. He just does not look like a human person. In fact, he looks just suspiciously like a bear.
I can't imagine why.
Like a bear that really enjoys the music.
Dancing bear. You have a promising career in the circus. It takes a moment, but people realize that there is a bear in the restaurant. And now there's a lot of screaming and stampeding happening. The band, though, just kicked it up another notch. They were like, yeah, this is the best gig we've ever played. And they just go with it. But everybody else is screaming and leaving.
What the fuck is up, Danny's? Let's do this.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump over to Scritches. You landed very, very close to that exhaust fan. I'm gonna say tail almost in it.
Ooh. A little breezy over here.
Right up under your undercarriage right there, Chaz.
Scritches is gonna take a look around. I'm guessing can hear the screaming and stuff
so
coming
much.
through
So much.
All right, sounds like everything's going according to plan. Jim's definitely blending in. People scream like that over pizza and bands all the time.
Absolutely.
Jerome, having landed in the dumpster with Gustavo, catapults. I mean, Gustavo, I imagine, is head first in, and narrowly misses being squished against the wall on Gustavo's shoulder. Uses his back and backside and legs as a ramp to like get up out of the dumpster, and launches onto a water spout, like a gutter situation, climbs up and scrambles up onto the roof with Scritches.
Yeah, we see that in slow motion for sure.
Sees that they have almost toppled over into the exhaust fan and tries to go over and help them out.
Perfect. How are you helping him?
I whip my kind of like a skid like a go-kart and turn around and offer my tail with the one remaining ball of gum and the pepper rings. I say grab on and then try to help shift the momentum away from
like leaped up there and then like Tokyo drifted into him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah. Grab on, yo.
Oh, if I let go of the edge, I'm gonna. And Scritches just grabs on, like very quickly lets go and then grabs onto the tail.
Yeah, you're able to pull him free. You are clear of the exhaust fan. The fan is still on, but you are clear of it. And it seems like your friends, Jim and Miss Evie, are creating quite the distraction. So if you wanted to look from above to see if you could see anything, you absolutely could.
Jerome, do you see anything?
Carefully peek over into above the vent. Where is I would imagine that it's over the kitchen.
Correct.
Where are Jim and Miss Evie?
Jim, where have you moved to?
I think that Jim has moved into the room where the music is being played.
Oh, yes.
And is leaning arms crossed like one of those guys at the show, just like with his back against the wall, just
rocking.
Really, really kind of getting into it. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So you cannot see your friend Jim. But the kitchen is largely deserted at this point. There is one fry cook who has headphones on, who is incredibly oblivious to everything that's going on, who is just continuing to pump out mozzarella sticks.
If
just
I can
bop into his own.
If I go around the roof, is there any I don't know, roof tile loose or another vent that doesn't have a fan in it that maybe I can
to try to get down into it?
Yeah. Yeah. Roll Scritches down and follow.
Tiffany, Jerome could use the last remaining piece of gum to stick the fan up.
Stick the fan up.
I was just thinking this. I was wondering, can we gum the fan?
Gum the fan up.
Okay.
What could go wrong with this industrial strength exhaust fan?
Okay, so Jerome, willing to make the sacrifice of the last remaining piece of gum. Mm-hmm. And maybe if a little tiny, couple of molecules stays stuck there, nobody's got to know that.
That's true.
And asks Scritches for help just to divides it in half. We can each chomp on it a couple more times just to reactivate the stickiness of the gum. And I don't know.
This is the Lady and the Tramp moment.
Yeah.
This is a perfect trash animal Lady and the Tramp moment. This is glorious.
Yes. So just stretched between us as we reactivate the stickiness.
There's a shooting star above you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful night.
I hear the beautiful crooning of Dime Front as Dean Martin.
Wild.
I don't know, Scritches, if we're gonna gum this thing up, where should we put it? Is there like a like motor, or like should we try to like put it in the fan blades?
Well, it looks like that little spinny part right above the blade might be what's holding it all together. Maybe if we can gum that up, we can slow it down a little, or maybe stop it completely and still save you some of this gum for your tail.
There's always more gum, you know. I mean, I grew attached to this piece, but it's fine. There's always more. So yeah, we stick the gum into the middle part and see if we can get it to burn out the motor or something.
All right.
And then I don't know. Do you want me just to drop down in there?
Wait.
I'm shoving this gum in, and then I'm jumping inside.
Wait, does it slow down first?
It does. It does slow down. You can hear it working, and it's like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna stop forever, but it's definitely literally gummed up the works a bit.
Can we tell how hard or how sharp the blades are?
They're not super sharp, but they get moving pretty fast. It would hurt if you got thunked.
Jerome, I got one more last ditch effort idea.
What's up?
Latch on to my tummy.
Okay.
The continuation of the Lady and the Tramp moment.
When Jerome grabs on,
ever.
Jerome grabs on, Scritches rolls into a ball and just drops down into the fan.
Yeah, so you get a little bunked a few times, but you make it through safely. And right as you pass through, the gum gives up the ghost, and it goes back to the exhaust fan spinning. You fall down.
That's on having natural armor.
Yeah, you fall down directly into a big salad. One of those big bowls of pre-made salad with sauce and stuff. So you have like Caesar dressing all over you now. But it was like a comfy landing, just like a thunk.
Very important question.
Yes.
Is this anchovy, like real anchovy based Caesar dressing?
It is.
Okay. Good.
It is. Yeah, Gustavo doesn't skimp on that part.
Okay.
There are other ways he cuts corners, but not on the Caesar dressing.
Yeah, I guess Jerome like wiggles around in it to get himself good and coated, and then goes to find the other two. Are you coming, Scritches?
Scritches pulls themselves out of the bowl, just like trying to shake off the lettuce that's stuck. It's like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Like a cat stepping in water, like every step.
And also goes to find Jim and Evie.
Miss Evie, in the meantime, has been taking advantage of their not being humans, other than the band, who seem very into what they're doing. And has like torn a bunch of napkins out of one of the little metal holders on one of the tables. Like they're all ripped to shreds and ribbons. Absolutely. She kind of gathers them up in her beak, and she flies back over to Jim and starts trying to like windshield wiper get the foam off his eyes.
Face. Yeah, I mean, I think most of it is gone. That was very kind of you. I think he can see again. And in fact, he's going to, when you are able to clear the rest off of his eyes, this is when Jim is going to spot this piece of psychic trash that somebody dropped on their way out. So that is Cody. Cody, what was your piece of psychic trash?
Wait, before we do that, can I just give everyone a piece of extra trash?
Yes.
Because all of that was amazing.
Yes, everyone gets trash. You did it.
Okay. So who found the trash? Sorry.
Jim found the trash.
Jim finds an old, still wet, used tea bag. And then on the little tag of the tea bag, it says, "Just relax."
Which is especially weird because Gustavo's does not serve tea. We don't know how it got here.
Contraband.
Maybe Claire brought it in. We don't know.
Yeah.
All right. And what we're going to do is we are going to do a spoken exquisite corpse. So, starting with the protagonist, who is Jim. The players take turns speaking a one-sentence vision, one word at a time, until it is complete. And then we are going to discuss this vision to answer the question. So, Jim, what is the question that you have about this tea bag, about this venue?
It's tough because it's a toss up between who and why.
Mm.
Who's doing it or why are they doing it?
What does your little trash heart tell you?
I've got a better question.
Oh. The heart wants what the heart wants.
It's not enough to know. It's not enough to solve this mystery to have the answers. Jim decides that enough is enough. Something has to be done. We can't let our trashy family just be scattered to the four winds because of a lack of resources. Jim wants to know, how do we stop the trash from being taken?
Oh, all right. Well, Jim, what is the start of our sentence?
Okay, and how?
Oh, how are you interacting with the tea bag before we?
Oh, right. I think that Jim just sees the just relax. And that was just what he needed to hear.
That's so nice. Just needed like a, hey man, just chill. Like, just take a second. Jerome, how do you interact with this tea bag?
Jerome nibbles a little hole in the paper to get like right at the tea leaves. Just for, an extra squirrely hit of caffeine to get him through the rest of the night.
Yeah, I think this is like one of those like full trash teas, right? Like this is not like good. This is like sawdust tea kind of the drippings at the end. Like this is very cheap tea. It is very caffeinated though, so you feel it. Scritches, how do you interact with this tea bag? It is a leaking tea dust.
On the opposite corner of where Jerome has nibbled a thing, Scritches just puts it in their mouth and just like sucks the liquid.
We're back to Lady and the Tramp. The two of you. Goodness. And Miss Evie, what are you doing with it?
Miss Evie takes a little bit of the loose tea and kind of like sprinkles it on her neck and garlic bread stole and just sort of breathes it in.
Smells the best. Okay, so that's the order that we're going to go in. Okay, so it's going to be Dustin, Tiffany, Cody, Deidre. Let's write our exquisite corpse. We're writing a sentence, our one sentence vision, one word at a time until it is complete. We're going to start with Dustin. One word.
We
haven't
found
our
way
to
the
Okay.
greatest
Ooh.
Oh, it's me.
It's you.
Sorry. Trash.
Festival.
Festival, yeah. Is that the end, or are we continuing the sentence? We haven't found our way to the greatest trash festival. Do we need another word?
Whose go is it?
It's Cody's.
Cody, you can put a period on that or throw another word down.
Period.
Okay.
I think that's a good stop.
All right. So, how does this answer the question? How can we stop the trash from being taken?
I think this probably means we have to find the greatest trash festival, and that'll give us our answers. Any ideas?
I think if we combine this with our last vision, maybe we're meant to find the place where they're taking the trash and release it.
Oh.
And spread it back around.
Free the trash.
Free the trash. Okay, so here's the question that I have for y'all. Do you feel like you can solve this mystery with these two clues? Or do we want to try to schedule a third installment?
I mean, it does seem like while not I don't want to preclude the possibility of another session, but it does seem like we have an idea of what might be going on.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like people are taking the trash to take to the trash festival. There is a trash festival happening somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they're taking all of our trash to the trash festival.
Mm-hmm.
And we want our trash festival.
Right.
Yes.
Obviously. So you feel like you've solved the vision, right? You've solved the mysteries that they are stealing trash to take it to a trash festival.
Yeah. And if we want to stop them, we need to go to the trash festival.
To go to the trash festival. Sounds amazing. That maybe even solves like a separate mystery.
Interrupting the supply lines is the next chapter.
Yeah, for sure.
The mystery novel.
So dawn could be breaking at this point. Dime front maybe played all night. Straight through. Gustavo was like, forget it. I'm going home. Today has been a wash. He just left. Dime front continues to play. Everybody else had cleared out. Claire comes in the morning and is like, what happened here? I have one night off and everything goes to shit. Yeah. Is that the shape of a bear? What happened?
There's just a silhouette
of a bear
in white of like where you got hit with the spray against the dumpster.
Yeah. Just like, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Yeah, so we have solved the mystery. I mean, we have been going for quite some time, and so we're at the point where we need to just wrap it. I'm gonna say that should we decide to revisit, that we will add on to it at some point in the future if we would like. But for now, the four of you feel very content knowing that someone is stealing your trash to take it to the trash festival, and they're not telling you where it is, which is just rude. So let's have you count your trash. I want to know who the trashiest trash detective is. I think it's Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is.
I think so. She got the bonus piece.
Bonus piece of trash. Good job, Tiffany.
What kind of trash do you all have? I have this just uselessly short Ethernet cord.
Oh, that is absolutely trash.
Chunky.
Chunky. Yeah. Yeah.
The piece that didn't get used, I have a mask.
A mask. Perfect.
I have this old Christmas ribbon that was somehow in the top of my trash can today.
Weird.
And
It
this,
wanted to be played with.
and this old bag of coffee from Texas.
Oh. If this were in person, whoever was the trashiest trash detective is excused from cleaning up the game space because there's real trash there. So you get to hang out and not clean up after yourself, which you can still do, but it is your own house, and that is up to you. You decide not to clean up your space. Just, so let's just take a moment. I really like to do moments of gratitude. Like, what happened in this game that a fellow player did that you really loved?
I can go first.
Yeah.
So the thing about Psychic Trash Detectives is that the game is actually designed to be this game where you don't need a facilitator, dungeon master, or anything like that. You're all just kind of popcorning off of each other and like kind of bouncing ideas around. Because there's no dice involved or anything like that, you don't really need any kind of a referee.
Yeah.
But I really appreciated, Sarah, that you facilitated this whole thing for us, and that you were at every moment when we were kind of struggling to say like, okay, well, what happens next, or where are we going to go? You were there to push us right along and to make sure that everything kept moving. And you had such awesome suggestions for, this is what I think happens. And that's what I love to see about this game is actually, hey, raise hand. I think that it would be cool if this happened. I can just perfectly imagine Gustavo upended headfirst into a trash can where he belongs.
Where he belongs. He was a villain, and we gave him a bad night because he deserved it.
So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. Because it's really neat to see. It's actually really wonderful to see how, games, kind of the rules can be broken. Like, that's kind of what we're doing here with Psychic Trash Detectives, is we're kind of messing everything up.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a bit slapdash. And so doing it in your own way, doing it in different ways, do it.
Yeah. Well, I think that for some tables that a totally GM-less, facilitator-less game can be kind of intimidating, because ultimately a lot of players are more comfortable being like turning to one person and being like, hey, what happens next? Help us. And so so in a game where we would be, this could absolutely be played. Obviously, it's intended to be played without a facilitator, but to have somebody who can be a facilitator and to show that it can be played that way, I think is important, because I think especially for newbies who maybe aren't super, either they only ever play D&D, which very clearly has a facilitator, or just aren't super familiar with RPGs in general, just to have somebody that they can be like, okay, now what help, what, I think is great. And so I appreciate you letting me just sort of step in and I'll just herd you along just a little bit.
Yeah, no, although I will say, if we do this again, I really want to know what your character is going to be like.
Oh, she is an escaped zoo animal who's turned into a trash animal. She's a flamingo, 100%.
Fantastic.
Well, in the road trip that happens, the next, we're obviously this is going to be Psychic Trash Detectives on the road.
On the road, buddy comedy on the road, for sure.
You have to go to the trash festival.
You have to go to the trash festival. You pick me up on the way to the trash festival.
Mm-hmm.
Escape from the zoo. There were more of us, but they captured them all, but I was too crafty, so couldn't get me back in the zoo.
I would like to thank each of the players for, especially in the pie in the sky section, where you chose chaos.
Chaos!
I like, as a player, I love being a chaos gremlin, and when I'm running a game, I like it when my players just like to make things ridiculous. It's the best.
Yeah.
So, Scritches is like, eat me onto the roof.
Look, Scritches woke up and chose violence today, is what happened.
Yeah, they were. I mean, that is just the tag team duo shot put extravaganza that happened was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerome sticks his tail in
the
Gustavo's ear, and Jim is like, "Oh, I gotta get in there."
I'm helping. And the idea that you all rationalize that, like, oh, if this bear puts on an apron, it's gonna look
And a
like a
hairnet.
human, obviously. I'm not a bear. I'm just your average worker.
We didn't clarify how hairy or what Gustavo really looked like. So maybe Jim did look like a person.
Perhaps.
Everyone just thought it was Gustavo who sprayed himself in the face with a fire extinguisher, maybe.
Gustavo does not seem like the brightest bulb, so.
Gustavo walked out with a fire extinguisher. Someone else came in covered in fire extinguisher stuff.
Feels right.
Seems fine.
A, therefore B.
Yeah.
I would like to thank Tiffany specifically for like Jerome always being just right there, like in the perfect places at the whole time.
Well, I mean, the squirrel is very fast and can get anywhere, and
the gum in the fan, the tail to save Scritches from falling into the fan,
the harness bag to bring the bunny out. Also, shout out to Jim for protecting a baby bunny against a bunch of wasps. Just
adorable,
so cute.
Scrump, what was
Scrumps? Her name was Scrumps. Just tiny.
Well, thank you to everybody else for taking down a bunch of angry wasps.
Wasps.
It's scary.
They are your nemesis now.
Oh.
There have been tales about you coming in and messing up their home. So if you ever go back, it may be a problem for you.
I'll just hang out under the teeter-totter. It'll be fine.
We'll just hide under the merry-go-round. They won't get us. It's not a problem.
I mean, there is a hot... what did I say? There was a
huge load.
A hot load. Yeah.
Hot load.
Hot load.
A hot load of gum.
Gross. What?
Midsummer.
Joy. All right. Well, unless anybody has any other moments of gratitude to add, I'd like to go around the table and have you all tell us where we can find you and where we can find this Kickstarter. Good. I'm going to start with Deidre. Where can we find you, friend?
Hello. You can find me on the Twitter. At this point, at Deidre Dykes is my location. I talk about writing. I talk about gaming. Just kind of nonsense.
All right. Cody?
You can find me on Instagram at Cody Bahn. That's pretty much it.
Succinct. I love it. Tiffany?
You can find me on Instagram at Tifa's TIFAS picture box, or I have an itch.io at Tifa's letterbox, and you can find Scryptid Games at scriptedgames.com, and you'll see links to our Kickstarter there, links to Ball of the Wild, and we have some very fun things on the horizon for merchandise and that sort of stuff.
Can't wait. It's going to be ridiculous. And Dustin, where can we find you?
I'm on most social media platforms as Never Say Dustin.
Perfect.
And the Kickstarter for Psychic Trash Detectives really only has a little bit more than a week left. So if folks are interested in getting involved with it, now would be a good time.
Do it now.
By the time this
now.
airs, I think we'll have like 6 or 7 days left. It goes through the 16th of March.
Okay. Yeah. Less than a week. So get on there. Go to the thing is go look in the chat. There it is. Click on the thing and then go. Give them all your money. Part of your money.
We've had hit so many of our stretch goals that it's really going to be, we're going to have flash fiction included, where we have more illustrations lined up, and we just added some more sticker options for add-ons. You can also add on extra copies of this or Ball of the Wild. And we've also bundled a group of 5 games together on our itch page. So 5 shorter RPGs, one from each of us.
Awesome. That's so many games. Go buy it.
So many games.
Go buy it. Great. Well, I thank you so much, everyone, for coming and playing on my show. It was such a treat to be able to explore this like disgusting but joyful world with you all. My name is Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actor Sarah Moore. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Ko-Fi and TikTok and everywhere else at Pixies and Pins. You can check out my website, pixiesandpins.com. And you can find me here on twitch.tv/GenConTV every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. I don't know what I'm playing next week. It's going to be a surprise for everybody, especially me. We don't know. I'm going to show up. I'm going to play a thing. It's going to be great. You should check it out. With that in mind, if you are a game designer and you have a game, even if it's not like fully finished, like please message me, because I love being able to get my tiny little otter fingers into things and rip it apart and play. And so just like send me all the things. Thank you to my players. Thank you for bringing this game that isn't officially released yet. It is just a delight, and I can't wait to try it with friends around an actual table where we can have pieces of trash and trade them and use them. Thank you to Gen Con TV for giving me this platform and for letting me get on here and be able to spotlight indie games that don't have as much cash and power behind them. Thank you to Peter Atkinson for very much trusting me to just program my own stuff. I appreciate you. Thank you to my partner who makes sure that all of my computer's stuff is running correctly. He is my personal IT. He is also my editor. And he is my partner, and he makes sure that my brain is also working properly. It is a hard task. Thank you to Marcus Mays for being our tech over at Gen Con TV. He's probably talking in the chat right now. We love you. And if you guys all have new games coming up, please come back, poke at me. I would love to have Scryptid back on. We could do more stuff. Would be a treat. So I think one more time, please buy this game. Back this game. It is every single one of us, friends at home, has a trash animal right here in our hearts. And I don't know what yours looks like, but I guarantee it wants to get out and play a game. So be psychic and be trash and be detective. As always, keep making art and keep being art. We will see you next time. Mwah!